Okay guys, see, this is the I'm just introducing the interface here. If you open the audio file in your desktop, the interface should be like this. Okay, here I'm just telling the terms and everything here. See, O1, O2, O3, O4, these all are like roles. We can call it as roles. These are different characters involved in the whole audio. Okay, this is the plus symbol. If there is any you need to enter any new person, you just need to click on this plus symbol and automatically O5, O6, O7, how many characters are involved, based on that you just need to increase the order here. And these are genders, male, female, and other than any invalid data you just need to labeled as n. I mean any other voices or some other thing you just need n, and valid, invalid, and this is duration. Okay, 1.4 seconds. Okay, the maximum duration should be 0.8 maximum duration should be 8 seconds, minimum should be 5 to 6 seconds. So all instructions will be discussed later. I'm just introducing the interface. Okay, this is the submit button, skip button, invalid button, and coming to this, I'm just telling you in tab. That's why the symbol is like that. If you open in desktop here, it will be save option. If you click on this, automatically the file will be saved. You just need to use this button every 5 to 10 minutes. Automatically your work will be saved. If anything occurred, automatically it will saved. So do like this. So this is the whole interface. Okay, you can drag this, automatically it will drag. So this is all about interface. Coming to instructions, see, okay, so in this first para says like all this para summary, like acceptance requirements. In this acceptance requirements, there are 3 types: word accuracy, character sentence accuracy, noise symbol sentence accuracy. There are some specific limits over there. You just need to meet these limits and these conditions. Okay, and for example, you did some 10 hours of work, 10 hours of audios. In the 10 hours, the QA team will check just 10% of your work. In the 10% of work will be passed in this above these criterias, automatically your whole work will be passed. That is what this sentence meaning. Okay, they will check only 10% of your whole work. In the 10%, you just need to pass these requirements. That's it. And you can see the calculation, the acceptance accuracy rate formula here. This is what the first para says. Coming to this table, labeling method, characters. For example, in that audio file, there are 4 characters involved, 2 male, 2 female. The character names you just labeled as O1, O2, O3, O4. Based on the characters are involved in that audio file, you just need to label as the person's identity. I told you they are role. O1, O2, these are roles. Okay, their genders. These are genders. You can label like this. Okay, if there is any invalid noise labeling, invalid means any noise, any other than English language, and I'll tell you what is invalid noise labeling later. So you just label like this. Okay, that is what here, and these are the validity and null. Okay, like that. And coming to here, transcribed content. So if there is any noise is there, you no need to transcribe the content. If you will get the clarity, you will get all the voice over there. You just need to normally transcribe the content. So that's what he is saying. If there is any kind of voice with tags, I mean voice with background noises, so based on the noise you just need to put some appropriate noise tags. I'll tell you what is what coming. Okay, I just wait. So that's what this meaning. And coming to this, see, for non-native speakers, For non-native speakers means other than Tamil. Other than Tamil, the entire audio is not valid. Does not need to be labeled. You just need to be labeled as invalid. The numbers are the newly added recorder should be written as follows. Already I told you now. If the characters are increased in that audio, you just need to increasing the persons, O5, O7, whatever that, in that increasing order. That's what it means. So coming to the judgments, there are some various judgments out there. Coming to first validity judgment. Validity judgment means, see, for the whole qualified speech needs to be intercepted by sentence for labeling. There are following cases of valid data. You need to intercept the audio and add noise labels, right? The content of valid noise label, you need to transcribe the text, right? Invalid noise labels don't need to transcribe the content. See, I hope you understand the point. If there is any valid data with noise labels, you just need to transcribe the text. Otherwise, if the invalid noise labels are there, you don't need to transcribe the context. That's what the point means. So, okay. Coming to the first point, see, a sentence in which two people speak overlap and the voice size is close. Overlap is more, then the decision is invalid. Okay. In that audio file, in which two people are speaking, overlapping is more. I mean, voice size is close. So you just need, the decision should be invalid. Role is N. Don't put O1, O2, O3 that. You just need to role is N and the text content of IVS. No need to transcribe. Just you need to put IVS. If the overlap is less and can hear the content of one main speaker. Okay. Normal transcription, the text is affected by the label. Overlap. You just need to transcribe like this. I'll show you how one example for this in final table. You will get full clarity regarding this point. Okay. Coming to next point, a sentence which inaudible parts where the content cannot be judged, then it is ruled invalid with a role of N and text content of IVS. Okay. Inaudible parts, you are not getting a proper audio and some disturbance or whatever it might be, you can judge it as invalid. Role should be N. In the text content, you just need to label IVS. That's what second point. Coming to the third point, a sentence with strong noise. Okay, there is some very disturbance, ambient noise, like ambient noise, equipment noise, that makes it impossible to hear the main speaker's content. In that criteria also, you just need to judge it to be invalid with the role of N and text content of IVS. Okay, these are the conditions of invalid. Okay, there are dropped frames in a sentence, then it is to be determined invalid. That also you should determine it to be invalid with the role of N, text of IVS. A sentence that is not a normal human voice, like some other mission voice or customer services, whatever other than human voice. Okay, if other than, you can judge it to be invalid with the role of N and text content of OIVS. Okay, if there is any dropped frames, you just need to label as IVS. Other than human voice, OIVS. You just need to be labeled like this. And coming to the next point, okay, a sentence that contains parts that are not in this language. English can be transcribed. Other languages need to be communicated to product manager to is judged. Okay, I already told you now. See, if half of the audio is in English, then the entire audio is invalidated and not labeled. Okay, if individual words in a sentence are in English, individual words in that audio, while speaking Tamil, there should be one word or single word or single words. In that case, you just need to transcribe them normally. If half of a sentence is in English, then it is judged to be invalid. Okay, then the role is N and the text content is IVS. Okay, and coming to this point, a sentence involving sensitive information like politically sensitive, religiously sensitive, or this kind of violence is invalidated. Role is N, the text is P. So these 7 points is like what is invalid data. These 7 points says like what is invalid data. So I'll show you the examples with table at the end of this file. You will get more clarity regarding these 7 points. Point says like what is invalid data. So I'll show you the examples with table at the end of this file. You will get more clarity regarding these 7 points. Don't worry about this point. And coming to effective speech interception. What is effective speech interception? So labelers need to consider semantic coherence and intercept in sentence. Sentences that are too long can be intercepted or constituent sentences, and then maximum length of each sentence should not be more than 8 seconds. I already told. Okay, the whole audio file while transcription, maximum length should be 8 seconds. Minimum length should be 5 to 6 seconds. Okay, this is the rule you should follow. Okay. For example, in that 8 seconds, if you feel like the words are unfinished, maximum you can increase 1 second. 90% of the cases you should limit it to 8 seconds only, but some of the cases you feel like the word is unfinished or the sentence is unfinished, you can increase up to 9 to 10 seconds maximum. Okay. And see, the optimal location of for each time boundary is at the lowest point of the waveform. See, this point means minimum 5 to seconds you just need to minimum the sentence length should be. And the speech of different speakers cannot be intercepted in the same sentence. Okay, the speech of different speakers cannot be intercepted in the same sentence. For example, in same sentence, don't intercept. Try to leave 0.2 to 0.3 seconds of silence around the labeled speech segments during the interception. For example, two speakers are speaking. Don't intercept in the same sentence. You just need to leave some space like 0.2 to 0.3 seconds of silence, right? That is what that sentence meaning, such as not having such a long silence segment itself. If there is long silence more than 0.2 to 0.3 seconds, you just skip it. Other than this, you just give 0.2 second gap. As far as possible to intercept the voice segment without sudden noise, you can shorten the time before and after the voice in order to avoid the sudden noise. But there should not be any sound cutting. Okay, any sound cutting. You just need to give the space and continue that part. Okay, don't worry. What is this all are instructions like that? If you do 10 minutes, just 10 minutes of work, automatically you will get all clarity. Okay, these all are like don't scared of these instructions. See, those with only one word indicating a response also need to be intercepted, and adjacent sentences merged wherever possible. Okay, hope you got this point. If a sentence has a silent segment more than 2 seconds due to pause by the speaker, it needs to be intercepted into 2 clauses without considering the meaning of the sentence. If the pause is less than 2 seconds and the length of single sentence does not 8 seconds, it is intercepted into 1 sentence. Already told this point now. If there is any interception between 2 speakers, you just give 0.2 to 0.3 seconds space. Otherwise, if the sentence is more than silence is more than 2 seconds, you just pause by the speaker. You just need to be intercepted in the without considering the meaning of the sentence. Hope you got this point. Pause is less than 2 seconds, right? See, this should be main criteria. Does not exceed 8 seconds or maximum 9 to 10 seconds. Okay, coming to this point, a person who speaks with no more than 2 second pause in the middle, with noisy pauses in the middle, with incoherent statements after the interception, and which incomplete semantics can be left unsplit. Okay, got it? More than 2 second pause in the middle, you can just with noisy pause in the middle, with incoherent statements, you just need to be semantic can be unsplit. And coming to the next point, speech clipping, truncation, frame loss, energy anomalies, then the decision is invalid. You just need to be put as labeled as invalid, and the role should be N, and the text content should be IVS. And coming to the 9th point, noise points that appear individually at the beginning or end of the complete audio sentence are not intercepted within, trying to keep the sentence as complete as possible. Okay, that's the main thing. This is what this point shows. Coming to the 10th point, any muted segments are there without speaker's voice. without frame pulling and transcription. You just skip away. Okay, that's what this 10 points says. Coming to speakers identification. There are different speakers in the same paragraph should be identified by different identities. Like, for example, there are 5 persons in that whole audio file. You just need to be labeled as O1, O2, O3, O5, like that. Different persons should be labeled as different IDs. That's what this main para shows. And coming to content transcription. The annotator needs to transcribe the content based on the audio head, and the transcription is required to be exactly the same as the speech head, with no more words, few words, wrong words, any shortcuts. Don't do like that. Whatever you had in that audio file, you just need to transcribe in that audio or as it is. Okay. And regarding that, there are some general guidance are there. For example, case, if the word is usually capitalized, transcribe it as normal. Okay. The first letter should be capital, like that. See, this is the example over here. And coming to numbers, when a number appears in the text, it cannot be directly transcribed as an Arabic numerical, but has to be transcribed into the written form of the language. For example, I'm 15 years old. I'm 15 years old. This 15 should not be written in Arabic numerical. You just need to written in this format. Okay. And coming to this, for example, cell phone numbers, door numbers, in this case, don't written in this written language. You just need to write this 6. You just need to in between every letter, you just need to give some hyphen, 6 hyphen, 5 hyphen, 3 hyphen, 4, like this. You just need to transcribe. Okay, hope you got this. And coming to spelling words, capitalized letters are separated by spaces. For example, some abbreviations are there, this kind of things. You just need to give some spaces. 5:30 p.m. You need to write like this, 5:30 capital P. You just need to give some space between P and M. FBI. This word should be capital letters, case sensitive. Okay, F space, B space, I, like this. You should need to transcribe. Coming to abridge. Abridge means you cannot use abbreviations of words when transcribing. Okay, always use the full word of the word being pronounced. For example, this is Dr. Teja. Don't do like that. This is doctor. You just need to transcribe with full meaning, like this. And coming to punctuation marks, use punctuations according to the rules of grammar. Okay, punctuations that comes out of the speaker's mouth needs to be transcribed. For example, @gmail.com. @gmail.com means you don't need to write @ you just transcribed as at, like that. For example, google.com. In this .com, you don't need to put dot. You just need to written as dot.com.com, like that. You need to be transcribed. But only commas, hyphens are allowed in transcription. Only in the middle of words only. Periods, exclamation marks, single quotation marks, question marks, and no punctuation other than these may be added. You just added above these punctuation marks if any required. If you can't add punctuation other than these, and the symbols you add need to be confirm the grammar rules. All symbols need to be in the normal English input state only. Remember this. And coming to model particle, inflection should be accurately transcribed according to the pronunciation and semantics. For example, see this. Normal transcription of expletive content, never replace with letters. Okay. Internet buzzwords, common internet words transcribed according to the common usage. Repeated words in speech are transcribed in their entirety. Okay. And coming to this point, see, when you find that you can hear clearly, the semantics are uncertain sometimes, but the pronunciation can be determined. For example, the spelling should be different, but the pronunciation should be same for some letters. In that case, you can choose homophones instead of people's name. You can choose homophones there, but you need to make sure that the text and the pronunciations are correct. When there is a clear context and sentence meaning, choose words that match the pronunciation as well as the sentence meaning to be labeled. Okay, hope you got this point. Word hyphen. Okay, For example, I want to go to C. This means the sentence should be unfinished. After that, you just need to add this hyphen and add I want to go to school, like that. Okay. And only the following characters are allowed in the label text, like native language alphabet, blank space, common punctuation marks. Already I discussed it earlier, right? These are a lot of things. And coming to this, multiple consecutive spaces should be combined into one, and spaces at the beginning and end of the sentences need to be removed. Arabic numericals are not allowed in the marked text. Already I told you these all points. And coming to special symbols, there are some following situations occur. So I'll discuss all those situations. You will get clarity regarding this. Rap. See, in that audio file there is some music, there is some rap song is going on. You just need transcribe normally labeled HM. I'll show you the table regarding this. You will get more clarity regarding this. And sometimes only a pure piece of music, no talking sounds, no frame pulling, only laughter and applause, no talking sounds, no frame pulling. See, in this case, you just need to separate the file. For example, only pure piece of music is there. You just need to separate that file. No talking sounds. You need to separate that file. Like that, you just need to separate the different sounds, different files. I mean, separate. You just need to separate that noise spot. Okay, no talking sounds, no frame pulling, in that way. And coming to this point, speaking voice with slight pure music, normal transcription labeled N. At the end of the sentence, pure music is too loud to interfere with the transcription, judged invalid. See, this means music is pure, but you can hear the voices, you can transcribe normally. But the pure music is too loud. You cannot hear the voice, what is going on in that audio file. In that case, you just judge it as invalid, all right? And you can put it role N and text content IVS. So these are the main instructions. See, I'll sum up here. If you see the table, you will get full clarity regarding what I am discussed till now, right? See, noiseless case. In the audio file, there is no noise, clearly audible. In that case, you don't need to label here. I mean, any kind of this. You just need to transcription according to the norms based on what is heard by you, right? And you can labeling like the person, what you can identify O1 or O2, what is the role. You just need to do like this. For example, I went to dinner today. In that audio file, you heard like that. You just need to transcribe as you heard like that only. See, there is some noise. You can hear some voice. Your voice is clear, but you are hearing in background some noise. See, in that case, you just need to be labeled as N, like this. See, I went to dinner today is you heard, but you heard some disturbance or some little bit voice is there in background. And in that case, you just need to be labeled like this. Okay. Hope you got it. But see, this point is important. Noise from the speaker's mouth, lip smacking or inhalation doesn't need to be labeled as noise. Only other than these noises should be labeled as this category. Otherwise, you just need to be labeled like this only. Okay. And coming to this point, see, there is any rap music is going on. You just need to be transcribed, and you just need to be tag this HM tag. For example, I'll drink my wine alone, and there is some song is going on in rap way. In that way, you just need to be labeled like this. Overlap, already I told you, no? When voices are overlap and one of them is particularly clear, you are eligible to hear this voice is clear. Only the clear speaker's voice is transcribed. I went to overlap. I mean, I went to, you hear clearly. But in this overlap case, you didn't get the word particularly. In that case, you just do like this. I went to overlap dinner, overlap today. In that overlap means you didn't hear the word, or you didn't get the word what is going on in that conversation. That's the meaning in that point. Okay. Invalid data. recorded human voice invalid voice segments, you just need to be labeled as IVS. For example, noises passages greater than 0.5 seconds are only labeled. For example, speech overlaps and the sound volume is about the same size. Speech drop frames, voice intercepts, the voice has no echo, not a normal tone voice, singing, whatever these are instructions, you just need to be labeled as n, and you need to text or you need to be transcribed in this form as IVS bracket. So like that, okay, pinched voice, non-target language other than any Tamil language, all these are categories will be coming under in this invalid data segment. Invalid voice segments for non-recorded human voices. Okay, for example, TV program, voiceover narrates, music with vocals. In this case, you just need to be labeled like this only, like this. Coming to this case, in this content, the voice contains private information about the person who recorded it, like detailed address, cell phone number, ID card, and some any other pornography or any kind of violation content. You just need to be transcribed in this way. So this is what all instructions. Hope you understand all these instructions. Don't be worried what is these instructions, what is I can't do like that. You just do 5-10 minutes of the work, automatically you will habitual to all instructions. Don't worry, and please let me know if you have any doubts and anything still you didn't get, and please let me know. Thank you.